What's up, everybody? So we're finally here in the new house, and it's been a couple of weeks since we took possession. However, we still haven't officially moved in. We've been bringing some of our stuff here, and if you're keeping an eye on my Instagram account, then you would kind of be up to date on this since I post there every day. You would know this though if you're following my Instagram account, which is the same handle as I post every day. I'm posting a reel about what we're up to, and I'm gonna try to do more long form videos now that we have possession. That said, we have been moving some of our stuff, but there have been kind of a few problems and delays that we're experiencing. We still have our condo lease until about September 15th. So we're kind of bouncing back between both places. But unfortunately, the kids have started school this past week, so we rented a car this week to help them get into school and into the groove of things, but we're having to drive here every morning super early because school starts at 7:30 here. And we were hoping to move in by this weekend, but now we just got an email yesterday saying that the fridge is now going to be delayed until September 1st or August 30th, which is a Saturday. Nobody works on Sundays in Mexico, but everybody still works on Saturdays. So fingers crossed it actually arrives this time, because with that delivery is our stovetop, which we did order a gas stove to replace the electric one that came with the house. There's a few reasons for that. I like cooking, and I do not like electric stoves that have glass tops. Yes, they control the heat decently, but I don't like that they get scratched up or that they smash, because I've done that before. And they take forever to heat up, to be honest. Also, electricity is a lot more expensive here in Mexico, and propane significantly cheaper. The other half of that order is a washing machine, which we don't have a washing machine if we move in, but I guess since we have the condo, we could always go back and forth. I will lose the car as of this week. And it's about $1,000 to rent a car for a week here, which is the same as in Canada. And if you want to know more about that whole process, go watch my Instagram. I did a whole reel on how to rent a car. It's a way different experience here in Mexico. Anyway, so we're missing some pretty big items here that we need. Like I said, the fridge and the washing machine are crucial for us to live here. Everything else, like the furniture, I can make do. We have mattresses, they're just sitting on the floor. We have some bed sheets, so we can sleep on those. So we're supposed to be getting the couch tomorrow, which is the 20th of August, based on when I post this, just for your information. We did get some pictures, so it looks actually pretty cool. As you know, we hired a designer who works with a furniture manufacturer to handle literally the whole house, instead of going out to like Liverpool or wherever to buy this, that, and the other. It's just kind of hands off. We gave her the vision, signed off on it, and she's doing it. And honestly, the experience so far has been phenomenal. And the price point is actually a lot less than what you'd think. It's coming in a lot cheaper than if we had to go and source everything individually and buy it from different places. So logistically, it's a huge time saver for us as well, since I don't even know how you get things delivered. Based on my experience so far with things being delivered, it hasn't been great. So aside from the delay on the fridge and the other appliances, when we had the mattresses being delivered, they gave me a time window, but the guy literally showed up like 6 or 7 hours later, and he kept saying, oh, I'm gonna be an hour, I'm gonna be an hour, or I'm gonna be 20 minutes, and it's like an hour and a half would pass. So that was incredibly frustrating, but apparently it's pretty normal for Mexico, and it's just one of those adjustment periods. And that's actually one of the biggest things that people who come from Canada or the US can adjust to that. Like the Mexico time is a real thing, and it makes it very difficult if you're used to people being on time or getting your things right now and then. It doesn't happen here like that. So beyond that, last week I noticed that the pool water kept dropping. I did mention it to the builder. It's happened twice. So we were coming back and forth to just keep an eye on the house and whatever, move some stuff. I noticed the water was dropping. And then this week I came, it was probably 2 or 3 days since we had not been here. And then we came on Monday, and the pool water was like, I don't know, at least 10, 11 inches lower, and the entire reservoir was completely empty. So they're thinking that it's probably a valve that was in the wrong spot, but my pool guy said he never touched it. But I think that there probably is a leak. They're just trying to avoid that first. So now I have to find a pump truck basically with water to come and fill it, because if I were to fill this much water through the hose, it would probably cost a fortune. I know the reservoir alone is 6,000 liters, and there's probably another 2,000 if I'd have to guess to top up the rest of the pool. Actually, I'll show you guys right now because I'm looking at it. So if you look right here, it's actually an infinity pool. So that entire concrete edge there, the water should be all the way up and going over into the catch basin to give you that infinity kind of feeling. But This is all dropped completely, and I haven't actually filled it up since I'm still trying to find a potable water type truck to come fill this. So that kind of sucks because the pool has been not usable for the last week or so. So we're using the community pool or the common area pool, which is fine. But I would like to actually try this pool out. Beyond the couch coming tomorrow, I think the blinds are being installed on Thursday, so that's good because then we could actually sleep here. We're actually contemplating looking on Marketplace for an older like condo style fridge, used one or whatever. Just one of those small ones we can stick into the laundry room or like utility room to just kind of give us some flexibility and always have it's always good to have a second fridge for overflow. However, we haven't really experienced having too much food in Mexico yet. We seem to shop every 2-3 days. It's just we're going through a lot of food and we don't really save anything or have too much leftovers. So I don't know how useful it'll be, but if it comes down to it, for a couple $100 you could buy a used secondhand fridge that is condo size, which is perfect, and it'll get us by until our stuff actually comes. I'm not really hopeful that it's actually going to arrive on time, since they've already pushed the delivery, I think 3 times now. Like I said, we were promised to get it within a week of when we placed the order. This was back in, I think it was mid-July that we did this, so it's probably coming on 4 weeks now since we ordered the stuff. But yeah, aside from that, it's just kind of moving in, and hopefully we get some of the furniture. Like I said, I know the couch is coming tomorrow, but I don't know what else that we ordered when that's coming. I think it's supposed to be this week, if I'm not mistaken, but that'd be pretty exciting. Like I said, I haven't seen any of the furniture. We've just seen renderings and like some bits and pieces during manufacturing and like prototypes they've sent us, but I've never actually seen what the furniture looks like yet. We've just trusted the designer to handle it, and so far so good. Yeah, so what I'll do right now is I'm gonna actually head over to the gym, and maybe we'll do a quick vlog later. I think I'm gonna go out to the store later and try to buy a electric scooter to just get around. We're not gonna buy a car immediately. I don't know if we necessarily need one just yet, but I think a scooter will do just fine for now. And because cabbing is so inexpensive here, I've actually become friends with a cabbie here, so I call him and text him every time I need a ride, and he's there within minutes. And it's super affordable. Like, cars in Mexico are not financeable. You can finance them if you're a citizen, but the interest rates are pretty high. And every half decent car is like at least 40, 50,000 Canadian, and you have to buy it in cash. Mitigate the cash flow game here, and I don't want to spend it on a car quite yet. But yeah, cars are not cheap here. So it's kind of one of those things we'll just wait and see approach. Since my wife and I both work from home, we don't really need a car, and if we do need to go for large grocery shops or whatever, we can call a cabbie, or we'll just rent a car if we need to. But I think the savings over the years, like to drop 50 grand right now or more on a car versus, you know, if we spend 200 pesos every cab ride, which is, I don't know, $10, maybe less, is kind of justified for not buying a car right now. Plus everything we need is really within walking distance, or at least a scooter distance drive. It's just kind of changing our perspective of how to live here. I know we've always had a car. We've had multiple cars back in Canada. We've always had at least 2-3 cars. So it's kind of a different change of adjustment to not have a car here, but I think we want to kind of get into the headspace of not taking what we're accustomed to and bringing it over here, whether it be bad habits or customary things or whatever. We just want to kind of immerse ourselves here and kind of fit in a little better. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna head to the gym, and I'll be back later. All right, I'm back. I did my workout, I did my posting, and I went to the store to try to pick up the electric scooter we're gonna buy, but that location ran out, so we're gonna have to check a different one later tonight. I'll take my wife with me, might be easier anyways, along with the kids, because we need to get a birthday cake for my daughter to bring to school tomorrow. But that said, I got good news actually. On the way to the store, I got a text from the furniture store, or department store rather. I think it's called Liverpool. They texted me saying that the delivery is happening tomorrow between 10 and 6. The unfortunate part is that is a massive window, and because of Mexico time, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. could mean, I don't know, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. maybe, 8 p.m. So I have to be at the house actually, unfortunately, and we have to wait around. But the good part is, if they actually do deliver, we will have a fridge, and then the couch will be delivered tomorrow. We already have our mattresses and our sheet sets. However, I didn't wash any of that, so we'll just have to sleep on them as is for the night. But if the stuff comes tomorrow, then we'll have a washing machine. But then I went out just now and grabbed the mattress protectors because I never take the chances. Since we have the dogs and the kids, they always spill stuff or maybe pee on it or somebody vomits. It's not uncommon to have that happen, so I always protect all of our mattresses with mattress protectors. And then I actually found, or I got a hold of a guy finally who has a water truck to come and fill the pool. I told him about 8,000 liters is what we need, which I think is probably 1,000 liters extra. But he said it's about 1,400 pesos, which with today's exchange rate hovering around $1 Canadian gets you about 1359, 1360 pesos. It's about $103 to fill the whole pool, which is a lot cheaper than filling it with the hose, and it'll be a lot faster. So everything is turning out pretty nicely, and it's kind of working out. So I'm pretty excited about that. We could be in this house by tomorrow. And then Thursday we'll have the blinds, so that's really good news. And then we can just have to focus on the internet. Unfortunately, I think in my community, the only internet provider is Telmex. I think they have monopoly because I can see their little service grates with their logo on it across the community on the sidewalks. I think I attempted to install internet 3 weeks ago. It took them a week to show up. When the guy came, he figured out that he can't actually run internet because at the street level, they have the fiber optic there, but then at the house level, they don't have the cables ran for some reason. And then the cable from my house to the sidewalk is there, but he's missing the middle piece. And he said it could take 3 to 7 days to install it. It's been 3 weeks now. So I don't know how long that'll be. You know, the only other option would be Starlink, but I don't really want to do that because it's slower upload speeds. It's more expensive, to be honest. And I don't know, I don't really want to pay 800 bucks for the little satellite. I want something that's wired and quick and fast, because I think with the package I got, it's about 500 megabytes down and 500 megabytes up, depending on your device, obviously. It's only about $50 Canadian a month, which is amazing. I think I was paying about $112 with taxes back in Ontario for internet that was 50 down, 50 up. Also fiber, but it wasn't the fastest available. But here it makes sense. So that's really good news. So anyways, that's a quick update. I guess I'll show you guys the house. I've never actually shown you the house yet. So I'm currently in the living room. Like I said, it's completely bare. The houses in Mexico echo a lot unless you have things to soften it. But I'll give you a quick peek here. So that's the front door. It's a giant door. It's probably 14 feet or something, maybe more. Then we have our guest room here that has a Jack and Jill bathroom. So it's like a full bathroom, but then you kind of access it for the guest room and the powder room on the main floor. This room gets a view of the pool. Again, giant sliding doors. I think the ceilings are 12 feet here. You got this built-in here closet organizer. Then you walk in to the main living room. What sold us on this house was actually this feature right here, the stairs. We absolutely loved these windows. It's just such a great look. Yes, there's no handrails. It's very common in Mexico. Everyone's freaking out, especially all the Canadians and Americans who are commenting on my posts on Instagram, but that's just how they do it here. We've tested it. I don't think we need them right now. I might put little grippy tape or whatever that you can put that's like transparent. I've seen a lot of people do that. You put it on here and it makes it a little bit more grippy, but I don't think we need it. We have this little nook under the staircase here. There's a light there. I think we're gonna put a work desk here. Since there's no dedicated office, we wanna keep our guest room open for when guests come, which is pretty frequent, I think. Since we moved, everybody wants to come now. And then we have our family and stuff who come for longer times. Anyways, and then we have this sliding door. So this is like an accordion door, folds up into 2 panels, tucks away that way. And this entire thing goes all the way open up until this panel here. So you can open all this. I have the screen open to let some airflow in. Unfortunately, they're doing construction, building the next house over the wall. So it's kind of noisy, but then we have this little area under the stairs, which we're gonna put our bar. We're gonna put like a built-in tabletop, I guess, or countertop with a bar fridge and then some glass shelves, and then you'll have the light shining down on the bottles to display it. And then we have another sliding door here, which is going to be the barbecue area. I'm going to build up a deck because it's a step down here. There's a bit of a step down here. So I'm going to raise this up kind of like what they did here for the pool deck where all the pool equipment is sitting under there. So I'm going to build out this with a kitchen area. I want like a barbecue and a smoker and a pizza oven maybe put into here with a wet bar. We'll see how that goes eventually. And then we have the whole living room. It's a very open concept. The kitchen is the least favorite part in this house for me and my wife actually, but I think we're going to redo it eventually at some point. Do appreciate the waterfall island though. Again, don't mind the mess, we're just moving in here. I don't like these cabinets. I wish they went all the way up to the ceiling because there's a good, I don't know, 3 feet up there. The appliances are very small. This is a traditional Mexican size oven, which is tiny. I think it's 30 inches maybe, but the inside of it is, and it's not fully in because I actually got a gas stove. So it's not like super small, but it's also not really big. We're generally used to 36 and 48 size inch ranges in Canada because that's what I generally put when I flip houses. And then we have this, which I have replaced, or I'm going to replace with a gas one. It's on the delivery truck, hopefully for tomorrow. Then we have the sink, which again, very small. We want to put a bigger one, and there's no dishwasher, but also very common in Mexico not to have a dishwasher, which is annoying. I don't like something here is they put a shelf here so you can't even put a garbage. So I think our garbage is gonna have to be outside somewhere, like maybe at the end of the island or here or something, which is gonna be annoying. This massive opening here is for the fridge. So we can put a full-size fridge here or built in if we wanted to. But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna fit the fridge in. It's not gonna be a built-in or anything like that. And then we're gonna get somebody to put some cabinets up here to fill in that space. And then we have the pantry, which in our experience, it looks good for the first time you put all your stuff there, but then it gets used and it looks terrible. So we actually want to put some doors here. We have the space right here to put some doors. So I think we'll do that. Something about Mexico you're not aware because the voltage or the electricity is like touch and go sometimes. Even if you're in new development, it's recommended to get these voltage regulators for like your expensive appliances like the fridge and washers and stuff like that, maybe even TV. Or at the very least, use a power bar with a breaker on it, like one of those reset buttons to keep your stuff from blowing up. So this will be the laundry room. We're gonna put a pantry here to put like the brooms and stuff eventually. The washing machine and dryer will go right here, and then you have your typical Mexican style wash sink. Probably put a different faucet because there's just sprays everywhere. Then we have the utility room, so we have the water pump or the well holding tank and the hot water tank. There's some extra space to do other stuff in here, like put your softener and stuff, which we haven't done yet, or the reverse osmosis system or filtration. And then if you head upstairs, so again, this was like the best part of the house. We liked the view the most. You come up, you have another giant pane window here that goes all the way to the top. See outside, it's all jungle. Unfortunately, that over there is a lot. It will get eventually sold at some point and developed, but we will probably be gone by the time that happens. This is a outdoor exterior patio area. This is actually the master here. Again, like I said, nothing's in here, but you can see the construction they're doing over here. So they're currently putting that pool where the tarp is there. They got the foundation in, so it's gonna be a lot of noise and dust for a while. Then we have a sliding patio door here for our patio, I guess, and we can lock the other door from the hallway so we can make it private if we wanted to. I mean, it's just me and the kids and my wife, so it doesn't really matter. Of course, we have our master ensuite. We got some decent sized closet organizers here. And there's more storage under here. So the thing is, we'll need a ladder because the ceilings are quite tall in here. We cannot reach that stuff. We're not very tall, but all this stuff up here needs a ladder. We have our own washroom there, toilet I mean, and then the shower's over here. Just nothing, just a typical Tabertine style shower with a nook. And then coming here, you got a glass railing to keep you from falling down. I'm a little sketched out about this, I'm not gonna lie, because oftentimes I've come from the other room and try to walk that way because I don't see it. So I don't know if we put stripes or something to make it a little bit more visible. We do have these giant linen closets or extra storage space up in here, 2 of them. They're both large. So we have another one over here. So again, we'll probably need a ladder for the stuff up here because I can't reach that tall. Then we have the 1 bedroom here, probably my son's. He's got his own closet organizer here. He's got a really cool view of the pool. He's got the tallest ceilings in the house. And the windows, like I think his room has 20 foot or 50, yeah, probably 18 feet, I think. They're really tall. He has his own bathroom as well. And then over here is the other room. Our daughter's room has a built-in closet organizer. And then her own bathroom as well. Anyways, that's it for now. I'll be making more videos in the long run. Anyways, thanks for following, and if you don't follow my other social accounts, please go ahead. It's all the same handle, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.